Welcome back to Seed Time and Harvest. Nathaniel loves tomatoes.
Welcome back to Seed Time and Harvest. Today we're going to talk about growing tomato plants. We recently went to the local big box store and they had these tomato plants on sale. I think this one was $2 and then we bought this for $1. Now they don't look that great, but we decided that we're going to give them a try because tomatoes, they'll root all along the vine. So even though these plants look like they're struggling, if we put them in the soil and we dig really deep, they will root all. If you look on the tomato vine, you'll see hairs. Those hairs are going to form root when they come in contact with soil moisture. All right, so we're going to plant them really deep to see if we can revive these tomato plants. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to dig a deep hole so that we can put our tomato deep. Because remember, all these hairs on the tomato vine will, ooh, look at that. I think we missed these potatoes. So we're digging to plant tomato and we got a harvest of potatoes. Here we go. Put those to dry for me, please. All right, so we're gonna dig a deep hole so that we can plant our tomatoes deep. Gonna plant them slant, and we're not gonna add any dirt to this section because this part of our garden has been breaking down for a long time. And so we have good dirt right here. So we're gonna just dig a good size hole. And I'm gonna start with this one. I'm gonna separate it. We're gonna take out this one, the big one. So we're just gonna break up the root. Gonna break up the root. Try not to damage the root too badly. So we're just gonna put this in just like that. Gonna put it in deep. Then we're gonna just bring the dirt back in. All right. We're just gonna cover it up. Now, when you consider planting your tomatoes, several things you want to think about is one is that bugs will want to eat your tomato plant. So the leaves that are touching the ground, we're gonna go ahead and remove those, okay? And you do this for new plants as well as your mature plants. Any leaves that are hanging on the ground, you want to go ahead and remove those. Okay, not so far up with this one. We'll just remove the parts that are touching on the ground. After we put our tomato in the ground, of course, the next thing you want to do is water. And remember, the tomatoes are going to need some form of support. There are several ideas that you can use for a trellis. One being tomato trellises that are already pre-made that you can use. Oftentimes you run into challenges with these because they'll either come in two sizes. You'll have the small one like this, and then you have some that are a little bit bigger. If you get the small one, most times your tomato will outgrow this small trellis, and over time it will start to rust. So this may not be the best idea to use. Other trellis options that you can use are wood. This is a 1x1, the lart that you can also use. You'll just need three of these larts, and wire. You can use a jute twine, and you can take this with you, Joshi. You'll need a mallet to hammer them in. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna create a trellis for the tomatoes. We're gonna use 2 sticks and an anchor so that we can have several tomato plants. We're gonna try to plant more of those potatoes, even though they look like they're not gonna make it. We're gonna plant more of those tomatoes. Okay, so Jose's gonna make a longer trellis. And if you only plant in 1 tomato plant, you can do the same thing. Okay, so you'll plant your put your tomatoes in, you'll get your stick, and then you're gonna run string along the stick so that as the tomatoes grow, you can trellis it. As you can see, we have two poles. We have one over there and one here, and then we're gonna run string along the bottom all the way up the pole, and then as the tomato grow, we're gonna trellis it in to the strings for support. So Jose did was he made anchor so that we can anchor the stakes so they don't fall down.
So here Charisse is making the trellis line, going back and forth, and we will, as they grow, weave them in and out of this trellis, and then we will tie them and anchor them to support.
Here we have a different type of trellis. This one, we just went in the woods and we cut down some young pines and we made a vertical trellis. Instead of running the string along the side of the trellis, we just run the string at the top, and then we hang the tomatoes to the string. So this is how this is another way that you can trellis your tomatoes. And if you join us next time, we'll show you how to maintain your tomato plants so you can have a consistent harvest, how to get the best of your tomato plants. All right, so join us next time for seed time and harvest. Happy planting. Say bye-bye.